Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here it's Jay, welcome to my channel. And welcome to another catch-up video because I've not uploaded for about 2 weeks and I just want to tell you guys what I've been up to, where I've been, what I've been doing. Excuse the lighting, it's horrible in Scotland. It is actually like dark because it's raining, and if I hadn't turned that light on you probably wouldn't be able to see me. And excuse my hair and what I'm wearing. I've just been doing like stretches and stuff because my fibro's been bad in my back and that, so I've been trying to do stretches. And then I did like a walking workout because it's the only thing I can do, so it's just basically me standing on a mat, lifting my legs and trying to move a bit more, because the last couple of weeks have been a bit. So, yeah, so I'm not uploaded for a while because when I mentioned in my last video, which was my Geek Gear one, been going through stuff, which I now know what it is. I can tell you. It's not bad. I just was out for a couple weeks just because I was going through a. Now, guys, if you want to skip ahead, you can. This is more for the females; they'll know what I'm talking about. I was going through like a withdrawal bleed type thing. I got it around about towards the end of April-ish. That's when it started, and I just thought, oh right, maybe it is that. But then it kept going for nearly 3 weeks. So I did phone the doctor, and I was like, yeah, I'm having this weird kind of bleed. It's not stopping a little bit. But by the time I did get around to phone the doctor, it was calming down. So I was like, okay, maybe it's fine. So she asked me, she was like what birth control are you on, blah, blah, blah. And then I had come off the pill last year for about a week because I wasn't really needing it. I wasn't in a relationship. I wasn't, all the birds and the bee crap. I wasn't doing any of it. And yeah, so I came off it for a week. Worst decision I ever made in my life. In absolute agony. So I went back on it. And then she asked me if I caught the dreaded COVID. And I said, yes, I did. And she was like, when did you have it? I was like, March. So she said, because coming on and off the pill, mixed with having that, it dropped my hormone levels. And she's been having people phone saying they've been having random bleeds, and then she's asked them if they've had COVID, and they said, yes, I have. Apparently it messes up your hormone levels. So I was bleeding, and then I was feeling so hormonal, emotional, not hormonal. I suppose hormonal. But like in a way that everything that the dog did irritated me. I felt like crying all the time. Then that caused me to go into a fibro flare, and it was lovely jubbly. Spent 3 days on the couch. Not sleeping, I managed to make it to my bed, but 3 days on the couch. I had a bit of vertigo, so that was great as well. So it caused all this stuff. So for about 3 weeks-ish, I was bleeding, and then it kind of took it out of me a little bit, just because obviously you're bleeding, so you losing blood's not good. In particular circumstances it's very not good, but like in this circumstance it just made me feel a bit weak and tired and sore. Like I didn't even have the strength to like lift a fork, you know what I mean? Like trying to cook and everything was just hard, like so I had to like sit down most, like it was difficult. And then the last week my sister's been up, so I've been wanting to spend time with her. So she came up from Edinburgh for a few days because she came to see Twin Atlantic, that up here, if you guys know that band. They came up to do a gig here, so she came up the day before and we had like a horror night. We finished all the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, like including the new one on Netflix. It wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say it was the best, but I wouldn't say it was the worst one I've ever seen in my life. So we watched that, and we watched a film called The Skeleton Key, which was like Kate Hudson and John Hurt. The premise of the film was great. I just didn't think it was executed very well. It was a bit boring in parts. But I do like that kind of thing. It was like hoodoo magic sort of thing. I do like that thing, sort of stuff. And then the gig was the day after that. So we went with my dad, our dad, my best friend Emily, and her boyfriend came as well. So we were at the Ironworks, and there was 2 like bands on before them. Dead Pony, I think, was the first one. I can't remember the second one. He was alright, but he was a bit cocky, like when people know they can sing and da da da. And then Twin Atlantic were amazing. And then the main guy Sam actually like crowd surfed into the audience, and then Emma and Lucy were like like, because they're big fangirls. I know them a bit, like, but I'm not like, no, I won't say I'm not a fan. I'd like them, but I'm not like fan level. So he jumped in the crowd, and then everyone was going crazy, and then Lucy started crying because she touched him. Like, she managed to grab him, like, touch him, so she was very happy. And then Danny, being an awesome dude that he is, managed to get Lucy a play, like, their set list that they have on the stage, like, stuck down, so that when they look down they know what songs they're doing. Danny managed to get Lucy that, which was pretty cool. And I think he got Emily a plectrum, which was also pretty cool. And then we went out for drinks again after. Very interesting. And the bar we went to, let's just say people watching, which my dad likes to do, is very beneficial, especially when people are drunk. It's funny. And then we met the next day after that, we met our friend in town. We had some lunch. We went around the shops. Came home, had a chill day. I napped for 40 minutes. Lucy said I could only nap for 40 minutes. She timed me as well. And I woke up bang on 40 minutes. I'm not good. And then we just made nachos and watched some Simpsons and some Frasier. Because that's what we like to do. And then she left the Friday quite late because my dad and my mum were going to drop her home because they were going to go see her anyway. So she just got a lift home with them. But Dad didn't really get here till after 7 o'clock, which was not what they were planning. He thought he might get out early, but he didn't. So they left. And I've just been spending a week before that, I was just spending it with my boyfriend because he just wanted me to spend time with my sister, so I wouldn't have seen him for a whole week. So I was just spending time with my boyfriend. That was what I've been doing. Enjoying life, spending time with the people I love. We did go see Doctor Strange 2. I won't give any spoilers, obviously, because I'm not that person. I didn't do it with Secrets of Dumbledore, and I'm not doing it now. I would say it's not the best film I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's not the best Marvel film, but it's not the worst one. I would say it's on par with the first one, the first Doctor Strange movie. I definitely think the rating should be changed from a 12A to at least a 15, because the amount of stuff they got away with, like horror wise, was insane. And I'm getting why now everyone now there's articles coming out of people saying I think they need to change the rating, because people were coming out of it going, no, that's not suitable for my kid, even though it's a 12A, which over here is confusing because it's different to American. So our ratings over here are like UPG, 12, 12A, 15, 18. So 12 means you have to be over 12 and to go see a film, and then 12A means you can be 12, but you can be under 12 and that, but you can get accompanied by an adult. So it's like 12A, 12, 15. So if it was changed to 15, you could only go see it if you were 15 or over. I definitely think they got away with a lot of horror things that they really shouldn't have. Which I didn't mind. I'm a horror fan anyway, so I quite enjoyed that aspect of it. It's so hard not to say anything, like giving anything away. It's like, I will say, out of 10, I would give it 7. That's all I'll say, because I don't want to say anything too much anyway. Not that I'm not in, like, I love Marvel, like, I love DC and Marvel, but I am more of a Batman person. So, but I do love Marvel as well, but not on the same level. I was a Batman person first. It was like my first superhero thing I watched. So, I will give Benedict and Elizabeth their dues. They were really good in the movie. If you haven't seen WandaVision, you might be confused a little bit. So I would say watch WandaVision if you haven't yet before you go and see this. Other than that, yeah, that's why I say I give it 7 out of 10. I have also watched both Sonic movies because it was on Netflix when I was having a flare. So I watched Detective Pikachu, which I've already seen. And then I just thought, why not? I'll watch Sonic. And I really liked it. I thought it was going to be too, like, you know when they make something cheesy and you're like, this is far too cheesy. And you're like, oh, God, cringe. I actually really enjoyed it. It was like the best adaptation of a kid's cartoon / game I've seen for a while. Like, it was really good. The only thing is that Sonic's arms aren't meant to be blue. They're meant to match his tummy. That's the only thing I noticed. The guy that voices Sonic, really good. Thought that he matched. His voice came out, and I was like, I can see that now. Jim Carrey as Eggman, Eggman, Robotnik, whatever you want to call him. Really good. Didn't go too over the top as I thought he would have done. Like, when, like, if you've seen, like, Liar Liar and all that sort of things, like, where he does his over the top, like, faces and expressions. Like, he did it a bit, but not too much. Loved his assistant Stone, like, in it. So good. Loved the dynamic between those two. Really funny. It was so sweet to see baby Sonic. It was so cute. He's tiny. So cute. And they kind of gave you a hint that Knuckles would have been appearing in the second one anyway, because when you see what happens in the first few minutes of the movie, you see them and you see the outline of them and you're like, oh, it's Echidnas. So I don't think any of us would have been surprised if Knuckles didn't like. I think we would all have been surprised if Knuckles didn't make an appearance in the second one, but obviously he was going to appear now because they're running off the games and stuff like that as well, so he was going to appear. But if he didn't, I think we'd all be shocked, because obviously you'd see the outline and they look like Echidnas. It was so cute, all the references he was making to movies and stuff that he liked, and then just the CGI and everything was so good. Like, so good. And then the second one, so, like, it stepped it up. It was insane. I thought, when they announced Idris Elba's Knuckles, I thought, oh, I'm not going to like this. Not that I'm not going to like this, but it's when you try and think of someone's voice coming out of a character before you actually hear them say their lines and stuff, it's like, right, how's it gonna come out of Knuckles? Like, you're looking at Knuckles thinking, like, I don't know. And it was weird at first when you see him, when he first enters the movie, like, and you see him, you're like, okay, maybe. But the more I watched it, the more I warmed to it, and by the end I was like, that's Knuckles' voice. It's so cute. It suits him so well. Tails, amazing as well. I love how they got the actor for Tails to voice it. It's so brilliantly done. Like, again, the CGI in this is amazing. Again, Jim Carrey stepped it up. I think his performance in this one was better than the first one. Again, not too over the top, not too cheesy as you would like, not far too cheesy. There is comedy in it, obviously, but it's like subtle comedy. It's nice. I think the thing that could have been left out of the second one was the whole wedding thing. If you know what I'm talking about, like in the first one, I can't remember their names. I'm so sorry. So don't kill me. The guy who finds Sonic, him and his wife and all that go to his sisters in the first one, like, to try and save Sonic and all that, and then she has a wedding in this one, and it turns out to be, spoiler alert, it turns out to be an undercover thing for Gunn. And so I thought that was a bit fuffy. I think it was there to fill time, because I think they just realised they needed a gap filler. So I think that's why that was put in there. I think that could have done without it. And then going to be major spoilers now, so if you haven't seen the end scene, or if you've not seen the second movie at all, skip now, because I'm going to be spoiling it. The end scene, I'm so fucking excited. I could cry again. Like, I literally went from excitement, like screaming, to being happy, and then crying for 15 straight minutes, because Shadow is in the next one, and I'm so fucking excited. Shadow is my favourite Sonic character ever. It was Sonic. Like, it probably still is Sonic, but like, when I first saw Shadow and all that, like in Sonic X and everything like that, I love that hedgehog. Like, I had the freaking PS2 game. I had Shadow the Hedgehog the game. I was obsessed. And now my favourite hedgehog is going to be on the big screen, and I couldn't be more fucking excited. I hope they stay true to his backstory, is all I'm praying for. I also want Rouge the Bat to come into this. I really hope she does. I know Amy is probably going to as well, hopefully. Actually, hopefully I'm not the biggest fan of Amy. Like, don't kill me. But if there's two characters I want in this movie, it is Shadow. Obviously, he's going to be there, and Rouge the Bat. I want Rouge the Bat because in Sonic X I made the mistake of making it Chris, here's all his backstory and blah blah blah. But it should be it is Rouge that is supposed to be hearing it. And then I'm obviously everyone knows the thing now that Jim Carrey is thinking of retiring. So if he doesn't come up back for the third one, I may be thinking his assistant might step up and do something, maybe. Like, I think we'll get hints that he's still alive and that obviously his grandfather is the one that made Shadow in the first place. But maybe his assistant will step up a bit more and do something in that movie, maybe. I'm just taking stabs in the dark here. But I am really, 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 really excited for Sonic 3. Whoever they get to voice Shadow better be good. That's all I'm saying. You can't not cast just some random person. Like, their voice has to suit Shadow, because obviously it's going to be completely different from Sonic. But I'm very excited to see who they cast as Shadow. Yeah, that's about where I've been, what I've been doing, because like I said, I've not been feeling very good. I'm still a bit weak from the bleeding and that, so I'm still trying to get myself back up to par, if you know what I mean. Like, there's no par on my level because Fibro's a bitch. That's what I've been doing. That's where I've been, who I've been with. Oh yeah, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you will have noticed that I said I'm not getting the Geek Gear box for June. I skipped a month. I've not cancelled it completely. I've just skipped a month because I was a little bit I'm just not getting bored of doing them. I think subconsciously I did it because I always rely on them as a video because I've done so many of them. So I always think, oh, that's going to come out, be a video, but they don't come till every 2 months, and I'm stuck. And then I procrastinate and don't do videos that I want to do because I think, oh, I'll do a fail-safe and keep that one. So maybe if I don't have it, I'll have to come up with more ideas for this channel. And then also, financially, this month I couldn't afford it. So financially this month I had to give something up, and I thought I would have to cancel my subscription completely. But no, they have a skip the month. They have the skip button, which is good to know. So I will hopefully be back with those ones in August. This is the moment where I'm going to regret it. Like, if I will come back to this video in 2 months after I've seen what was in that box and be like, why did I hit the skip button? Why did I hit the skip button? Hopefully not. But I have been watching other videos, and there have been people saying that they don't think Geek Gear is up to their usual standards, so they're thinking of unsubscribing to it. And I have thought that sometimes, just because it does get a bit repetitive, and I know that, and you think I would have gotten that from doing all the unboxings that I have done, but it's just, I love how you get the t-shirts and all these. What was that? Sorry, I heard something beep. So I have been loving getting like all the little trinkets and stuff like that, like this, for example. Like, I wouldn't have that without Geek Gear. And then like my Nocturne Alley sign, and like all these like the Honeyduke staff lanyard that I'm looking at like directly in my eye view. I wouldn't have them without that, so it's kind of nice. But I don't know, I'll see what that box is like, the one I missed. Maybe if I miss a box, it might make me want to have it. Who knows? And I did find out that, if anyone wondering, because I said I would get back to you guys with that update from Geek Gear, like, if that was the special edition box, they ran out of the special edition boxes, they had to put it in a normal box. And I found out that Pensieve is a candle holder, and the coin is meant to represent the house. The coin is meant to represent the Hogwarts motto, "Do not tickle a sleeping dragon." That is what it's supposed to be. Because I showed the coin to Lucy, and she also thought it was Nurmengard, because it looks nothing like Hogwarts on that coin. So that's why I was confused. But like the feather and all that, I thought that was like a magic thing. Like obviously because of Wingardium Leviosa with the feather, but I didn't get the do not tickle a sleeping dragon out of it. Maybe because it didn't look like Hogwarts, it threw me. I don't know. But that's what that coin is supposed to be, and that's what that Pensieve is for. Yeah. So that is officially everything that where I've been, who I've been with, what I've been doing, and the movies I've watched. So you get a lot of things out of me when you don't see me for 2 weeks. I'm not uploaded for 2 weeks. Oh, I'm also acting again. One of my friends reached out to me. She is doing a production of A Streetcar Named Desire, and one of her actresses had to sadly pull out. So she promoted one of the actresses who was already in the company to take her part, and she needed someone to take over the other girl's part. So I got a message, and she asked me for what to do, and I said yeah. So I'm going to be back on stage, as they say. It's not a paid job or anything. It's just a bit of community theatre, but it's a nice way to think of me. It's fun. So I'm going to be Eunice in A Streetcar Named Desire. So I have a month to learn my lines and to know the blocking, which I should be fine with because I don't have that many. No, I don't have that many lines. I'm in a few scenes, but it's like very little scenes. I've got a big one at the start, a couple little ones, and I'm in the ending sort of scenes. So like I'm in like filler scenes, as you will. So I should be able to do that. I have to do a New Orleans accent or any American accent that comes out of my mouth. So we will see. So yeah, that is everything I have to update you guys on. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know in the comments how you're doing. If you've seen any of the films I've mentioned, what did you think of them? Did you prefer Sonic 1, Sonic 2? Did you like Doctor Strange at all? Let me know. Who do you think will voice Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic 3? Let me know who you think should voice him. And I will see you guys for another video. See you there.